Welcome back everybody. So guys, from this lecture we'll be talking about the CSS. Actually we'll be talking about how we can put the colors, the design to the HTML we've ever made. So no problem, the CSS is a fun thing. CSS is very simple. CSS just needs to be understand how we can just apply the CSS, and then you'll be able to understand it. I'm not going to take a lot of time on CSS because you can find a lot of things over the internet, whatever you want. I just want you to guide how you can work on CSS. Then you can throw the internet and you just can go through any CSS with some easy ways. You just need to know how to apply the CSS in a correct manner. So I'm just gonna guide you about how you can do that. I'm just inside the body tag, inside the head tag. Okay, here I'm just putting the div. What is a div? We didn't talk about the div yet. Okay, first I'm just gonna put the P because I didn't talk about the div, so I'll be talking about the div later on. First I'm just gonna talk about how we can just work on the CSS. So the P tag here, I'm just putting this is a paragraph. Okay, awesome, save it. Now go to the browser back and I'm just going and refresh the page. Okay, this is a paragraph. That's cool. I'm going to the browser back, and here what you just need to do, you just need to make any space and you just need to put the style tag, a style attribute, and there inside the style attribute I'm just gonna do something like here inside the style attribute this is an attribute. Okay, so the style attribute is something different. You just can put two things inside it. You just can put the value, the property and the value, the property and the value, the property and the value. How are you going to put the first property? The property can be color. Okay, this is the styles property, this is the CSS property. CSS means cascade style sheet. Okay, so the property is color. Now I'm putting the colon here, and after that I'm just going to put the value, the value of this property. For this property, the color property, I can put something like blue, I can put the green, I can put the maroon, I can put brown, whatever I just want. I can put the hex color, I can put the RGB color, whatever way I just liked I can put. And then this is a paragraph. Save it. Now we need to go to the browser back and refresh it. Now you can see that this now turns into blue. That means it's working. Okay, and the semicolon is necessary when you just want, specifically when you just want to put another value, another property. So if you just have the color and blue, you do not want to put another property, so this is good as enough. You can refresh that, you can see that. Go back to the notepad, and now I'm just putting another value. I just need to put the semicolon, and then the background, this is another property, the background or EDC background color, specifically the background color. Okay, now you can add any space for making it beautiful, but that's not actually necessary. Okay, add any space there, and the value, I'm putting another value. Now the value is for background color. I'm putting the red here. Save it. Now go to the browser, refresh that, the red background and a blue color at the top. Okay, cool. Adding this thing makes us allow to put another values, because if you don't put this, it will gonna make a big mess. So save it. Now go to the browser back and refresh that, and it's almost more than cool. So now we can just proceed to the next one. In the same way, we can have a lot of properties. I'll be guiding you about the properties later on, no problem, but I just wanted to guide you about the way the CSS has. So this is called the inline CSS. CSS has three types. This is the inline CSS. We can have the external CSS and the internal CSS. I'll be talking about the internal CSS and the external CSS later on, because I think for now you just need to learn about the CSS. You just need to work on a CSS, how it works, and in the same way you can apply the same things to the multiple any kind of attribute, any kind of tag where it's necessary and where you think it can be applied. You can apply like the text, and specifically I just want to clear one thing. The color property is for the coloring the text. The background color property is for coloring the background. The color property is for coloring the text. Okay, you just cannot apply the background color property or the color property to the IMG logic. The image cannot have any kind of text. Okay, and image is ultimately a background. But if you're just putting an image inside the p tag, so the p tags, the image's background means a p tag will be colored but not the image. So these things you need to know. You need to play with the little logic that where you actually can apply. There is no text, you just cannot apply the color. Also, if you just try to just color the title tag, it won't work, because you never have ever seen the title in a color or background colored. Okay, you just cannot apply these things to the different head tags, different head elements like meta tags, because description and these things can't be visible in a front, so they won't get affected by these things. So you need to know these basic things, how these things works and how you can play with it. So I just wanted to guide you about it. And next thing we'll be talking about in next lecture, we'll be applying some more CSS, and we'll be learning how we can just go through the internal CSS and external CSS, so no problem. For now, just make sure you know about how basic CSS works. Okay, so so far so good. Stay tuned. Goodbye.